Now that you are done drawing your sphere, what I want you to do is go ahead and you can print out your worksheet and you can start working on your worksheet. So this is your value worksheet. And exactly what I want you to do is you're going to use your pencil and you are going to try to match these exactly. So I think you should spend at least 30 minutes trying to match the value of these each exactly. So when it's really, really dark up here, it should be extremely dark. If it's really, really light, it should be extremely light. And then you will go ahead and draw another form over here. And really, I did the hard part for you. I have the circle. Now you just need to go back in, use the side of your pencil, remember, like this, and go ahead and fill that in completely. So that is the first page. On your second page, this is where you're going to experiment a little bit and do some cross-hatching and some stippling, and then, of course, just a normal value scale. On these, I really, really want you to take your time as well. It should take you 30 minutes per page. So the first page, at least 30 minutes. The second page, at least 30 minutes. And then you will be done with your worksheet. So I have included on the back some examples of how exactly to do hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, all of those things, so you will know exactly how this should work and how this should look. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So when you are doing stippling, essentially is just a bunch of little tiny dots. Cross-hatching is just a bunch of lines, and hatching is just a bunch of lines as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to start from the darkest and going light. And what you're going to do is you're just going to start by doing a whole bunch of little lines. You're going to do a few different layers of lines to make it darker. And you're just going to go over them over and over again until it's really, really dark. And then you'll do the next one even lighter and go all the way up until white. This box should be empty. Cross-hatching is similar. You're just going to do lines, but you are going to cross the lines instead of just going the one direction. You should be doing a whole bunch of different layering. And fill up all these boxes. This one should be white. Stippling is essentially just a bunch of little dots. This one should take you the longest, and you just fill up a whole bunch of little dots, do a bunch of different layerings, and then eventually you'll be done. It should be way darker than this. I don't want to have you sit here for 10 minutes while I draw these all out. Okay, your last one is blending. While you are doing blending, what I want you to do is I want you to go from dark to light. So essentially, I'm going to flip this over because I like to do it the other way. You don't have to do this. But what I want you to do this is I want you to use the side of your pencil. And I want you to go all the way down the first time. Okay, I want you to do this super, super, super light. And go all the way down to where it's almost white, and that you can leave like right there. I want you to use layering for this. So your next layer, you'll be doing a little bit darker. And you're really just using pressure of your pencil, and then it will get lighter. So the more pressure you use, I'm pushing really hard right now, the darker it will be. The less pressure I use, the lighter it will be. So I want you guys to go over this completely at least like 4 times. okay, in order to get that really, really nice value scale. Okay, that is it for your actual assignment. First page, spend about 30 minutes, and your second page, spend about 30 minutes, so it looks really, really nice and neat. Okay, this is the next example page. So here is a bunch of different inking techniques and a bunch of drawing techniques. So you can have your line drawing, your contour line drawing, you have stippling, you have wavy lines, you have cross hatching, you have parallel lines with just hatching. So I want you to draw 2 of these bottles and try to copy the texture on the next page. So this will be your page to fill that out. You're just going to go and draw the bottles for me as best you can. And you are going to try to copy them exactly. So in these 2, you want to fill up the entire square and draw the bottles. Your next page is that you're going to look at a still life. So I want to show you guys the steps of a still life. So you do some very, very basic lines. You kind of frame around the objects. Then 2, you do the basic shape and the contour lines. And then the 4th step is you add value. You want at least 4 scales big. So you want it to be 4 different values. So you'll be like, okay, I have my really, really light, I have a medium, I have a dark, I have a really dark. So you are going to study this and draw it on this page. And on the back, you are going to just shade by numbers. So what you're going to do is you are going to choose which numbers that you think should be 1 or 2. So you need to figure out where your highlight should be and where your really, really dark should be. So that's up to you to figure that out, and kind of up to your own artist's opinion where the dark should be. All right, that is your whole entire packet. You guys have the full week to work on them. Please spend at least 30 minutes per page doing this, because you want the practice, and it's really good practice to become better artists.